Hello everyone, my name is Hank Sutala and I'm the Sonic Shaman, and I'm just bringing you this little video about some of the forks that are available for purchase at Goddess Elite, just to kind of give you a little crash course into how to use them. And so the first one that she has is called the Crystal Tuner. And Crystal Tuner you can think of as energetic sage, right? So it is the frequency of 4096 hertz, which is a very high octave of a fork set based on the Schumann resonance. And basically, you can just get that fork, you pick out whichever kind of crystal you like, whether you have a quartz points or amethyst or rose quartz, whatever you like. Probably not things like fluorite because they're a little bit softer and you're going to ding up your crystal. But any solid quartz piece, agate, any of those, and you just, with the right angle of the fork, at the 90-degree mark, you just tap it right onto the crystal and it activates. And then you can even send the frequency through the crystal, intending to put it all over the room. If you're a Reiki practitioner, you can activate the fork and you can draw your Reiki symbols into the room. But basically, it raises the vibration so much in the space that spirit beings and different entities and things like that, they just can't hang with the energy. So it literally clings them out. So there's that crystal tuner. The other thing you could use it for, if you're a healer, you could use it for if you feel a energy blockage in the body. You activate it. You put it just in a circular motion wherever you feel the blockage. You can activate out the crystal, do it through the crystal, same type of thing. But it's especially good if you're in a situation where you want to sage someplace, but you really can't burn things. It's a great alternative where you don't have to light up anything. Now, bridging from this into another set, you can get this fork by itself individually. There's also a set called the Angel Tuner set, which is this fork, which is a C, and then the D and the E that are also that same octave. They call this the Angel Tuners. So you use all three combined, and they call it Jacob's Ladder. It's kind of bridging into the angelic realm, and you can use that before meditations or when you're starting work with a client to kind of invite their guides, angels, their spirit band, their Yanapek, whatever your tradition is, to raise a frequency where it's not that your guides aren't there, but what it's doing is it's raising the vibration of the space so that your awareness of them, there is a more keen awareness of you being able to have an interaction and a knowing with them. And so to do that, typically you would just pick one of the forks to hold in one hand, and you would activate just by tapping on the right angles of the forks again, tapping those, and then you can just use it in the auric field. And you'll notice as you move them, you'll get different effects because you're actually changing the little microharmonics and their interactions with each other. So those are those. And you could also, if you were working on chakras, you could have a different crystal for each chakra, activate a crystal tuner, and use that in conjunction with each crystal to go down and kind of do a chakra cleansing and alignment. The other one that we have at the store, this is 136.1. This is the frequency of Om. And this is a little bit different because it's weighted. And with weighted forks, they're called osteophonic. It means to vibrate bone. Just a real fancy word to mean that you can feel it more readily. But you can activate it by hitting the fleshy part of your hand. You can activate it by the side of your knee. You can use a hockey puck or a little rubber wedge that we can get for you. But basically, once you activate, you're not going to be able to hear this one on camera because it's a real subtle tone. But if you place it onto a flat surface or onto someone's sternum or their head, third eye, they're going to feel the vibration going through. And because it's an ohm frequency, this is a great fork to use at the end of the session to help people ground. But it can also be balancing. If you look at the chakra tuning fork set, it's all based on astrology. So the heart chakra, guess what? It's the frequency of Om. The one below the root chakra, that one is one octave lower than the heart, and the soul star is one octave higher than the heart. So they're all frequencies of the earth. All 136.1, an octave higher, octave lower. It's all aligned with the earth. So it's also a chakra fork, if you want to think of it that way. But regardless of which chakra you're using, you can get like little flat crystal like this. This is just something that they have at the store that's really nice. It comes with a little flower of life box, and they're all heart shaped, which is kind of cool. But there's different ones available if you stop in. But you could place that one on the person's body, activate your fork however you want to activate it, and then place the stem of the fork onto the stone. And now not only are you activating the frequency in them to help with the chakra balancing or grounding, but you're also sending it through a quartz, a piece of quartz, rose quartz, aventurine, whatever you're using, and you're also getting the healing attributes of the crystal in addition to the fork. So that's just three little forks, actually four forks, that are great to use on their own or as something along with other modalities that you're doing. So I hope this video was helpful, and you can go to goddesselite.com if you'd like to take a look at the inventory, or Send her a message if there's other forks you want to see. Let her know, and we can do additional videos to kind of give you a little bit of education around sound healing. The one cautionary thing I will say, you don't want to ever hold these things like right up to the ear because they're so loud that it could actually do damage to the ear. So if you are going to wanting to go by the ear, you do a real light knee tap, you can barely hear it, and then you could put it a little bit closer. But anytime you're tapping two forks together, you want to keep it plenty away from the head and the ears because you don't want to do damage. And also the weighted fork, if you were going to use it like on a bones that might have an injury, like spine vertebrae, anything like that, it's always a good idea. Hey, do you have any spinal issues? Because if you activate the fork and place it in some place that's sensitive, it could unfortunately cause your client a little bit of pain. So always good to ask a question than make an assumption. So thank you so much for watching the video. Let us know what other things you'd like to see, and you all have a wonderful day.